Storm Control is a little bit tricky because there's understanding what it does and then there's how to configure it, and none of it comes inherently. But if you were to receive a broadcast storm, you want to find a way to, well, most people will want to just shut down the interface and find out why the device is causing a broadcast storm. But sometimes you just have users who are using a lot of traffic on a device that they don't necessarily need to be. It seems anomalous to their normal behavior. So you want to try to suppress some of that utilization on their links, whether it be with unicast traffic, broadcast traffic, or multicast traffic. What Storm Control does is gives you the ability to suppress that by setting an upper threshold of what the user can send on the interface they're attached to. And it does this in one of three ways. You can limit it on a packets per second basis, you can limit it on a bits per second basis, or you can limit it based off of percentage or percent utilization of the interface. Also good to note that BPDUs are accepted from these threshold rules. So the mechanism is smart enough to identify whether or not it's a layer 2 BPDU coming across the pipe as opposed to just normal user traffic for broadcast, unicast, or multicast traffic. So let's go to the CLI and check out how to configure Storm Control. All right, so just a quick demonstration here to show you what Storm Control looks like in configuration mode on the Catalyst devices. So here we are on our Switch 1 device here. We're going to choose Gig Interface 10, let's say. Config interface gig 1/0/10, and we're going to apply our Storm Control. Let's do some context sensitive help here. Let's do action first of all. So in the event that a storm occurs, you can add the additional action on top of the suppression rates that you have identified with your broadcast, multicast, or unicast options. You have the options to shut down or just to send a trap. While shutting down the interface sounds drastic, if you have frequent events of like broadcast storms coming from a particular device, it might be better just to shut down the interface when that happens. Prompt the user to call you and determine over phone or via meeting with the user what the issue is with their host. That definitely is a way to prompt the user to contact you and also protect your network from propagating broadcast storms. Another less intrusive method and good proactive management method for you is to set the trap command as an action for when a broadcast, multicast, or unicast storm actually takes place. Now, for actually suppressing certain traffic types, you would be under the interface. In interface configuration mode, you would choose your traffic type. In this case, let's choose unicast, and then we can set our level, our threshold essentially, and we can do it in one of three ways. We can do it by percentage, by bits per second, or by packets per second. Now, bits per second is a little misleading because you can apply a value, but then you can also add the keyword for the amount of traffic that you're asking. So you don't have to actually put in bits, the bit translation. You can do it in orders of magnitude here, so kilobits, megabits, and gigabits. For packets per second, fairly straightforward. You just set your rising threshold in the same fashion as bits per second, and then if you were to just apply a number here, that number would be the percentage value. And this is the same for both or all three broadcast, multicast, and unicast options here. So let's set our level for unicast storm control at 45%. The show command for this is to show storm control, and then you can filter by more specific types. And we can see we have our rising and falling thresholds, and current utilization is at 0%. So some pretty good output there. If we were to do the interface instead, the output is exactly the same, but rather than you could set this criteria for all interfaces, this would give you a per interface or specific interface output.